We are in a basement today, looking at a couple Goodman heat pump air handlers. What I'm here for, though, is to do a little bit of duct work. Someone came in and run a sort of haphazard trunk. You see the trunk's hung with flex strap. It's not supported properly. Some of the ducting is too small. But I'm here just to sort of fix any minor things I can find. I had a couple outlets in rooms that didn't get outlets at all. So just a little bit of the dirty work today. Well, we're in the crawl space now, and you can see that one of the ducts it was broken off and damaged on the inside, so I had to cut it off. I have to go pick up some more. That's 8-inch size duct. Unfortunately, I don't have that with me today. I'm fitting a new metal cap into this Y. The trunk comes down through here, turns down that way, but for some reason they put a Y on the end instead of an elbow, and they left the Y open. So I'm putting a makeshift cap on there and taping it up real good so it doesn't leak any more air in the crawl space. Okay, we have our metal end cap all insulated now, sealed off, so we'll have a minimal duct leakage, and we won't have any sweating here on the face of it anymore. So, all done, we'll move on to the next thing. I'm going to hang some of these runouts that are dangling down here. Hang them up as best I can. Someone put the takeoffs going downward. And from the evidence, looks like they cut them in place. So I don't know why they're going downwards unless they had to reorient the duct or it just turned a little bit and they didn't care to fix it or something. But we're going to hang those up a little bit. And one, so I can crawl out of here, and two, so that's not it's not going to rot on the ground. This is the outlet we added right here. What I did was I drill a hole down in between the floorboards, so if it is unsuccessful, it's fairly noticeable. And usually I do a bit even smaller than that one, but that's the smallest one I had. Boot down there, floor grill sits in like this. Run the new flex back to the trunk. The available trunk is 10 inches, which is nominally is around 400 CFM worth of air. That is greatly affected by the duct system, the blower, the condition of the system, and all sorts of things like that. Here's our other boot. It's much larger. It's 14x6, an existing supply register we had to reuse. But I'd be tempted to stick a larger run out in here just because of the distance it runs. But it's really not, we really don't have the air to do it. So we're kind of doing the best we can with what we have. So although we're being delivered a nominal 400 CFM, we probably aren't getting 400. We've already subdivided it into 4, 5, 6-inch runs, which are probably going to receive anywhere between 50 and 70 CFM. And that's just a guess on my part. It's not exact. So I'm not going to rob an 8-inch duct off of that trunk because we end up diluting the air so much and just throwing the system more out of balance than it already is because of the way that it's run. So we'll test airflow when we're done and see what we can do. That's where we're at right now. This is our 10-inch trunk that's servicing what is the western side of the house. We're taking 2 takeoffs off here. Those are our 2 runs that we worked on a little earlier, the large 14x6 boot and the smaller 10x4 boot I added in the floor. That goes on along, it's more flex, going into a Y down there. So that's what we're working on now. I'm going to tie in these 2 runouts. This one is a little short. I'm going to extend this out a little bit to catch it. And this one right here will be just fine. But I'm going to tie in this one first since it's farther back into the maze. And getting good airflow off of it. Obviously there's no duct on it, and that static pressure in the duct will decrease the airflow. So I'm pretty sure the 14x6 register will be pretty slow coming out of that large grill, but the 10x4 hopefully will be more adequate. Alright, I'm heading off to get some supplies. That 8-inch duct right at the beginning there when I was doing that end cap, I don't have any 8-inch flex. I had a bunch of 6-inch flex. I had to go get some of that, splice collar, and see if I can find a filter to fit that rack I'm going to build inside. So we'll see if we can find a 16x30. If not, we'll have to either buy filter media or decrease its size, although it's already undersized, so we'll see. We are taking our old mercury stat, which you see here, and we're replacing it with a Focus Pro 5000. A lot of places will have somewhere you can take these stats because you can't just throw them away because of the mercury. Places you can take the thermostats. Some of the supply houses do it, so it's always safe to get rid of them in the right way because it's very, very dangerous. And there's our old thermostat you can see here. Same terminal designations as you would see on the Focus Pro or any digital stat. But the best thing to do is just, what I do is I take a picture of it or write it down. So, because every now and then they throw you for a loop. Usually all the same colors are used: common blue, white, emergency brown, compressor circuit yellow, fan green, 24 volts hot red, and reversing valve orange. Every now and then they'll throw one in that's different. These are all the same, though, as I'm used to. But we're going to go ahead and switch this out. Since we're doing a little bit of work to improve the duct system, we might as well improve the controller. Okay, we have our Focus Pro on the wall here. Haven't turned the air handler back on yet. Took that floor grill up, trying to max out how much filter space we can get in here. It looks like 16 by 30. So I'm going to take standing S-lock, kind of put it down and in so the filter can sit down on it. Keeping in mind that you want a certain amount of distance for the grill flange right there. And you want to keep it up as high as possible so that it can filter the most efficient way possible. It's kind of too shallow for the most efficient filtering, but we're going to make the best of it. Okay, there's our filter rack, standing S-lock. What it is dropping down from the floor level, coming in, so we can set the filter right on top of it. And I set the steel floor grill in place to make sure it didn't hit anything. It did hit a couple of screws, so what I did is I took those out and I used tacks to put it in instead, because they have no head on them, so it won't interfere with the floor grill. So now I'm going to pop this in place, and we are pretty much done here today. I noticed the line was cold on this system when I was working on the other ductwork and everything, so I decided to break out my little inspection scope, take a look inside, and I'm looking at the evaporator coil. I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's some junk in there for sure. Yeah, there's all sorts of crap. Yeah, it definitely needs a cleaning, I'll tell them. It's really cool though, I don't have to be too invasive with it or anything. I can take a look around. What is that? Looks like a bunch of insulation or something stuck in there. But definitely need to be serviced. But I thought you guys would like that. It's kind of a cool way to check out the evaporator coil. So catch y'all next time.